Hello and welcome back to Aggressively Average, a series where we just try and do our best because that's all anyone can ever ask of you. Today we're making eclairs. We have made choux pastry on the channel before. If you remember, my very first video ever is about making a croquembouche and we had to make profiteroles. So we have done choux pastry but never since then. So to get started, butter in a saucepan. I'm using recipe Tin Eats and her recipe calls for enough ingredients to make 20 eclairs. I'm not going to make 20 eclairs. I ate all 12 donuts in about 2 to 3 days last video, so I don't really want to repeat that because I have no self-control. So we're going to make 6. So I need, oh perfect, nailed it, 30 grams of butter. Melt that down, add in the water. Let's make 75 mils of water, pinch of salt, and this is 45 grams of flour. Now I've got to move vigorously. Move it off the heat. Seems about right. This doesn't feel like it will be enough for 6 eclairs. Now I must let that cool for 10 minutes and no longer. See you in 10 minutes. Like, comment, subscribe. Okay, that has been 10 minutes and no longer. Now the egg. Apparently it will look separated and I just have to keep going. It will come together. God, it takes forever. All right, that's gotta be looking good. That is looking pretty good. I think that's about right. So I'm gonna put it in my piping bag, which I have put over this glass to make it nice and easy. I'm still not convinced this is enough material for 6 eclairs, but we will see. And then I believe it's as simple as just pipe this onto my tray. Ooh, look at it. Okay. Is that too thin? Hang on. It says 15mm star tip, which is this. Yeah, so that is right. Is it? No, that's a bit small. Do I have another star tip though? That is the only star tip I have, so that's what we're going to have to make do with. I might pipe a few and then maybe just take the nozzle off and do a few that are thicker, but they've got to be 14 centimeters long, which is here. So to that line. I got a reusable bag, now I put a hole in it. Oh no! Oh gosh. Oh God, okay. This was all going so well. They feel very thin. Anything to do with the piping bag, I really am not talented at. Okay. All right, we'll call it intuition, but I think something is not right here. I think my piping tip was just too small. And also there's no way this is enough material for 6. Like, do they puff up? From memory, they don't really puff up. There's nothing in them that's gonna make them puff up, but let's put them in the oven. Be good, turn into eclairs. Okay, so they are in the oven. They need to be in the oven at 180 for 45 minutes. But I need to open the oven at the 30-minute mark, the 35-minute mark, and the 40-minute mark for 2 seconds at a time to make them crispy. And then bring them out 45 minutes. So I will see you in 45 minutes. Okay, that has been 45 minutes and I did the door opening and this is what they're looking like. You know, they did puff up more than I expected. Like, these are okay. Look, okay, they're pretty flat. They are pretty flat. Okay, we gotta wait for these to cool completely and then we can do the cream. It's not quite what I was going for. Again, doing my best. They're very flat. So maybe these will be okay, maybe. But I don't think I piped them very well. Okay, now these have cooled completely. I've got to cut them horizontally. Do you want to see how flat some of these are? How am I going to cut that horizontally? But we'll do our best. It's just completely broken apart. Oh, I don't think that texture's right. That's not quite choux pastry. It's not bad actually, the taste isn't bad. Should I sandwich these two together? Let's sandwich these two together. Maybe we can cut these. So I think it's meant to be light and fluffy. These two I'm gonna sandwich together and not cut them. Okay, so like there's no way that can get cut because these all keep breaking. I think they're definitely overbaked. The mistake was definitely in the piping. I definitely piped them wrong. And I don't think this mixture was enough for 6 eclairs because there wasn't any left over and these aren't big enough. I think what I made was for 3 eclairs. Okay, Now I'm going to move on to the chocolate, and I'm going to do this 2 different ways. I've got milk chocolate and dark chocolate. So I'm going to do some fruity and some traditionally chocolate. They're so bad. The choux pastry is so bad that we're just shoving in a cream at this point and see what we're going to eat. I need to heat up some cream and some glucose syrup. 60 grams of chocolate, 15 grams of this stuff, this sticky stuff. For full disclosure, she did say to do this properly in a saucepan. I'm just going to microwave it. And I'm just going to do the same again with the white chocolate. Oh my God, I just realized I meant to heat up the cream, not the chocolate. I've heated up the chocolate. Oh, well. Okay, well now I'm going to add in 100 mils of cream and hope it works. And I guess I'll just have to heat it up if it doesn't. That is too much cream. And my chocolate has completely set whilst I've done this. Okay, 30 seconds into the microwave. There is a reason you're supposed to listen to the instructions. This is going to be a nightmare now. Okay, I've actually just ruined these batches of chocolate because it won't come together. Some of it's now burnt. So I'm just going to start again. Call a spade, start again. Okay, this is better. So we've got the cream and the glucose. Then we need 60 grams of chocolate. Now we need to take the tops of these and cover them in chocolate. Now this one is the one where the top kind of just fell all apart. So I'm just going to put all the parts in chocolate. Here's what the top of my eclairs are looking like. Not great. I think I definitely used way too much cream and I wasted a bunch of cream too. This was a bit of a fail, and let's just do the cream insides. Okay, I have absolutely zero hopes for these eclairs. The choux pastry is terrible, the chocolate's terrible. I'm almost out of cream because I wasted so much cream on getting the tops done. Why did I do that? I just don't know. Let's get the cream done. Mascarpone cheese. I'm just gonna chuck in whatever I have left of this. Half a cup of icing sugar. This is all rough. I've not given up, but they're not gonna be good. And some vanilla. And whisk away, my friend. Whisk until you whisk away my sorrows. Nice and stiff peaks. Great. I have a new piping bag because I broke my reusable one. Okay, I'm gonna add some raspberries to this half. That's what I'm gonna do. All right, let's finish this. Let's finish this journey we're on. Cute. Oh, and then I was gonna add the raspberries. Why is everything I'm doing today just wrong? Whatever, it is what it is. It is what it is. Plop. Okay, it's not so bad. It's not so bad. And then I got some raspberries. I wanted to like mix into this cream for the fun ones. As I was bringing them over to the table, knocked it and I dropped one, it broke in half. This is not my day. But this is the point of this channel. Sometimes it just goes wrong and that's okay. It is what it is. You know what, I might do that to all of these ones. Yeah, why not? Let's do it. Okay, so we're done. This is what they're looking like. And honestly, I think you can kind of get away with how these ones look because they're just covered in cream and raspberries. But I know they're gonna taste terrible. So let's just try one. Little one that broke off, nice and handy. Look, honestly, it's not that bad, but it's not an eclair. It tastes like burnt biscuit covered in cream. Let's try some of the chocolate one. The top is very shiny, but also not setting, so too much glucose, I guess. Can you just see how not like choux pastry it is? It's just so dense and biscuity. It's actually not horrific. I think the cream saves it a lot. The chocolate definitely needs work. I think I used too much glucose, but I actually put in a bit less than the recipe said. Unless I read it wrong, because I seem to read every single step of this recipe Wrong. Everything I did was wrong. Sometimes that's the reality of baking. You don't always have the best day. I would say they're a bit below average. I did think I was going to do a bit better than this. I remember the profiterole was going all right. Have I become a worse baker since starting this channel? Which is madness, but something that I would do. Videos every other weekend. See you next time. Bye.